Mincha will be 8:05 tomorrow morning, 6:50, and 7:50. A very brief look at this week's double parsha, Matot Masai. And it has to be a double parsha because next week, which will be Shabbat Chazon, the Haftorah has to be Yarmahu, which is the Haftorah of Devarim. So we do have to catch up to Israel. But in Masai, it has in there the mitzvah of the cities of refuge. And one of the important things to know about the cities of refuge is that there were signs of how to get to them. There were no signs how to get to Yerushalayim. The idea was when you're on your way to Yerushalayim to go to the Beit HaMikdash, we want you to stop, ask directions, because that way you meet other Jews, make friends, you feel more like a community. The city of refuge, on the other hand, the guy running to it has been accused of committing an accidental murder. He's running for his life because the next of kin has the right to kill him. So he doesn't have time to wait and ask directions. He has to get there as soon as possible.
And the person giving directions would be considered an accessory.
Exactly. And the person giving directions is now considered an accessory. So it is something that, because, yes, he had committed an accidental murder. He killed somebody strictly by accident. It was not intentional on his part. But he has the threat of the next of kin killing him. And we also don't want to increase the crime by making other people involved. So it's interesting that the Torah takes this view that on one level we want you to meet your fellow Jew, that you stop, you ask directions, and then you say, oh, are you related to so-and-so? Do you know this guy? You know that guy? But here, we want him, because we want the Jewish people to be united. And the way you unite people is you force them to be with each other. This guy, on the other hand, and the other part about the cities of refuge, you're in the city of refuge until the Kohen Gadol dies. So, what's the reason? The Kohen Gadol is the spiritual leader of the Jewish people. If he had been doing his job correctly, then whatever happened would not have happened. So obviously there's a flaw in his kahuna. And as a side note, the mothers of the Kohen Gadol would always give gifts to the city of refuge so they would not pray for the Kohen Gadol to die, because they knew once he died, they were free. So they were bribing them not to pray for this. But it's this whole concept of crime and punishment in Jewish life is a little different than what we might be used to. It's something to think about, no Kaddish Torah.